I'm sorry for the last broadcast. It was beautiful up there. I walked all the way to Angels Point, and I I took pictures of a craft that came in and everything. But when I went to go show you it on the monitor, it said that I had no memory card in my camera. So I came home, had a hike down. It took a long time, and then I got in my car and I came home. And now I'm on the rooftop here in Highland Park, Eagle Rock area. And as soon as I sat down on my chair, I got a craft. Really, I'm not kidding. And I took pictures. I'll show you right now on the monitor. It had a streamer. Those who don't know my work very well. Let's see. Okay. Oh, here it is. Okay. Okay, so let's get it up. Okay, right. There it is. See it? So let's blow it up. There it is. That's the craft that just came over as I sat down right now. Let's see if I can get another one. That's awesome, huh? It does have a streamer. That's one that came over right now and before I started this live broadcast, so you know that they're here. It's just so awesome. I'll try to get closer so you can see it better, very well. Right there's about the best clarity. So I do bring them in. I'm telling you, I get stuff all the time. And here's another one. It's right over my head. So let me take the picture of this one. Okay. This one looks like the one, exactly like the one I took up there at Angels Point. This is the way it was. This one doesn't have a streamer. And it's going over my head. Now, out of all this blue sky here, you would think, no way. You know, but it's coming over my head. So, let's get this one up on the viewfinder. And we'll blow it up as much as we can. So here it is on the viewfinder. That's it, folks. That one just came right over me right now. That's so awesome. Already two up here on the rooftop, but three really. One over there at Angels Point, which I didn't have a camera card. I don't get too upset because I know they'll keep coming over me because we have a thing, you know, the terrestrials and I. And so it's not like I'm not going to get any more pictures or anything. And I used to start, when I first started off, you know, I used to get bummed out when I would miss really great shots, thinking I'll never get an opportunity again. But I shouldn't have thought that way because it just only aggravated me and made me, you know, bad energy. It would just hurt me more than anything else. So I learned the fact that I will always get them next time. And believe me, I missed some great shots out there, big ships and everything. And people think it's really simple to get out with the camera and just go shoot terrestrials and nothing will go wrong. Well, good luck, because there's a million things that can go wrong. So look at how long it took me to do what it took me 2 trips. I mean, 2 trips up, one up on, where was the last trip? Well, Angels Point, and then the other one, where was that? I can't even think of it right now. I did Flat Top, Angels Point, and anyway, it takes me a while sometimes to get it right. But have the if you have it in you, you'll keep doing it until you get it right, even if it takes 1,000 times. That's what people who do great things do. They don't give up. Don't just give up and say, "Oh, I didn't get it, so I won't do it no more. It's impossible." But no, man, it is. Anything you want to do is possible. You just got to get back, dust yourself off, and do it again. And believe me, I've been doing this for over 20 years. 10 years publicly, but I've been doing it for 20 years. And the UFO community out there would not let me in only because they know I'm real. And they can't duplicate anything that I do. They just steal it and write a book. But they'll never come up here or put their ass on the line and do something that's real. So, if I was you, I'd boycott them. Why spend any money on these guys that want to rip, people out there that want to rip you off? They really think tell you the truth. They think you're idiots to pay for what they're doing and the books they're selling. That's exactly what they think. Believe me, I heard them. I know what they think of us, the public. And it's not good. If you only knew what they think of you, the public, that pays a lot of money for their lives. It's awful. I got to tape record them guys them people when they talk. They're bad. Anyway, I got you 2 of them, and I just started out here on the rooftop. I'll pan the view up here. See, it's a pretty good view. I'm up on my rooftop. And like I said, got 2. And now I can relax because it's not like they didn't come. They came. And I saw when I conquered. And I took the pictures and showed you, which I wanted to do so badly. All right. Got you guys watching, the people watching, and that's great for me. Remember, I don't get paid a penny for doing what I do, for showing you that this is all real. Now that this pandemic, I've seen one right now. Hold on. I'm really good at scanning the skies and then something to catch my eye. And one just did, and I gotta find it and pinpoint it because sometimes they're really way up there. Oh wow! And sometimes they just come out and then they'll cloak themselves. They can disappear. They can cloak themselves and disappear. And what I take a picture of could probably not even be them. They just put that out there and they cloak what they really are, because they don't want the U.S. government or any government to get their technology. Because the governments of the world weaponize the technology, and believe me, if they get pictures of the technology, they could figure it out. Our governments are the other governments, the Chinese are the Russians, and that's why they cloak themselves to look like balloons and stuff like that. Believe me, I know what I'm talking about. Let's see. I hope you can hear me well, because sometimes the wind up there, especially at Angel's Point, the wind was really creating, I'm sure, a lot of static up there. So it's probably very hard to hear me. But I do try to, I do control the weather, and I put out there for them, let me just do this live broadcast and cooperate with me. And they do cooperate with me. Believe me, you can do it too. It's nothing that, The only thing is you got to believe you can do it. And if you don't believe it, then you can't do anything if you don't believe it. And that's the damn truth. You got to have the heart and the faith and the belief that you can do certain things, especially whatever your gift God gave you. That everybody's got different talents and different things, and you just got to go out there and do it. And it's a lot of hard work, and but just don't give up and keep doing it. That's my advice. And the world's changing. The world will never be the same after this pandemic. All the people that thought I was crazy out there, even though I proved it by bringing in craft, but still a lot of people don't like to research what I do. They just like to make an opinion and be negative because they're haters. Uh, this is real. Now that they've seen the pandemic, I'm sure they're having second thoughts on what I've been saying all this time. That, hey, wake up, smell the coffee, and know what time it is. It's 1 minute to midnight. I wasn't playing. I knew things like this were on their way, and I knew that's already happened. And the deep underground military bases, they have underneath with trains that travel at 2,300 miles. That's a real thing. They've had that for years. And the space program, we already had it. The United States has been going to different planets, mining. You heard that Trump wants to legalize mining. If he came out with that, they've been doing it for 40 years or something. They've been mining other planets. And that's why we have military weapons. Like when we bombed Iraq, Iraq threw millions of anti-aircraft shells up there. The reason why they didn't bring any plane down is because it bounced off the metal of the airplanes. That's why. Because they're putting special metals made in space on these aircraft. And those anti-aircraft can't even penetrate it, bounce off. So put the dots together and realize that that's where we are technologically. They're going to space and mining already. Been doing it for a long time. So what else can I say to you? You know, it's a beautiful day today. I'm really so happy that it all worked out that I came home and despite them not having a card and all that big hike I did, I came and did it again and they were here. Look at how good cooperation they did with me. They loved my effort and they did it. I think that's all I'm going to get now. They did two of them and that's good for me. But I'll be up here a little while longer, hanging out with you guys. And this is what my fifth live. This is my fifth live video I'm doing, and I want to do at least two a week. And I'm going to be doing different things, and I hope all of you tune in. Hey, nobody else is doing this for you. Bringing up aircraft live, spacecraft live. And I promise to do it more and more and get bigger things and better things. Right now I'm thinking about what I'm going to have for dinner. That's about the biggest thing on my to-do list is what am I going to eat? I might have fish today. I've been eating a lot of fish lately. So, look at the mountains, the snow-capped mountains. Let me blow it up. Isn't that awesome out there? Yeah. Let me concentrate on a spot with this camera, and maybe you'll see an object out there. Thank you, Andrew, for all your work you do for me, and I hope it's the wind's not blowing long, not messing up the audio. And we did get two craft. That's awesome. Glendale out that way. The more I blow it up, the more jumpy the camera gets. Um, let's see. A lot of you might think, well, it's not too smart to say things about the UFO community, but you know what? Believe me, I know them very well. I know them and I know how they operate. And they do not operate ethically or any kind of thing good. It's all up to them, these leaders of the UFO community. It's all about dumbing down the public and giving them misinformation and capitalizing it with a lot of money. Because they might have permission for certain agencies, such as DARPA and the military industrial complex. That's what it is. They want to dumb down the public and make you think that the terrestrials are our enemy. So they can spend trillions of dollars weaponizing things to which they want to blame on the ETs that we got to prepare to fight them. And that's the whole deal in a nutshell. And so these front men, these front people, P.T. Barnum circus-like characters that turned the whole UFO community into a circus. They really did. Back in the 40s, after Area 51, um, back in the 40s, people developed UFO organizations, and this thing was taking off. Buck Rogers, all this stuff was coming out. Cars were looking like spacecraft. Um, The government didn't know how to stop it, so what they did is they saturated with their agents, the people that they gave a lot of resources to make them look like they were experts in this community, but they were actually placed there so they could disinform the public, and that's what it was all about. They wanted to saturate the public and get rid of the true believers and the truth seekers and put these people as if they were the ones. Like MUFON is a bogus organization put in there by the U.S. government. It is owned by the U.S. government. Part are elements within the U.S. government. Believe me, those people are not good for the UFOs. The truth seekers, they're the worst thing there is. And so I'll say it, and I feel free now. I could say this, I hold that for a long time because I knew that if I said a lot of things, I'd probably put myself out there as a target. But I don't really care anymore. I just don't care about them anymore. And after this pandemic, I realized that I better speak out on really the truth of what's going on out there, because people are just hungry for the truth right now after this pandemic. And you got to remember, more things are coming our way. So let's prepare. And one thing you can do is just know that we're going to get through this, and we are going to win as a people of Earth. We're going to win and not let this new world order take over the world. These power-hungry people are rich individuals. These monstrously rich powerhouse people that own practically everything in the world. But they want to own the world without us, because we have an inheritance to this world. All of us. We do. And they want to take that away from us and steal it, and that's what they want. So remember that. Anyway, I'm going to call it a day. I got 2 of them. Thank you for listening to me. And again, wake up, smell the coffee, and know what time it is. It's 1 minute to midnight. Thanks a lot for all you guys that were watching. I will be coming back again doing this on Saturday. So see you on Saturday, and let's see what happens. Signing off.